Okay, for those of you that were offering to set up C-stands, thank you. We're going to do that in a minute. I want to be sure everybody is still watching, and I don't want anybody to get out of this class without knowing how to set up a C-stand, okay? All right, this is what we're going to be doing over the next 2 weeks, this week and next week. We're going to be identifying, they're already up here on the board for you, the key items, characteristics that you have to focus on in order to understand lighting. These are 6 things you have to think about every time you set up a camera and every time you set up a light. Eventually, and maybe already, these things will become kind of second nature. They are intensity, quality, direction or angle, contrast, shape, and color. The reason the monitor right now is black and white is those first 5 characteristics don't have anything to do with color. So we're not even going to look at color until we get to color. All right? Okay. So we can start now. 2 people volunteered to set up a C-stand. Who wants to do it?
I'll do it.
Even better if you haven't done it, but it's okay. It's okay. But it should be 2. You need 2 sets of hands to do it, right? You want to do it too?
Sure.
All right.
Is there a GoPro on there? Just out of curiosity.
Wider image so that when I upload these things for you, you
Which is
see
one
both the
C-stand?
shot and you see we're also recording it from that camera up there too.
How many? Just one C-stand?
Just one for now.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so you do have one of the older Hollywood ones, so what you're doing is absolutely correct. You got to loosen that.
Okay. Because it was sliding like that.
And then maybe one person can hold on to it while the other person spins them around until they click.
There you go.
Now you tighten it down. We're going to bring it over here.
Watch out.
Points. Let's just put it about here.
Points.
We're going to use this as a light stand. So what do we need to do to
Crossing.
convert it to a light stand?
Crossing.
That's not. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, that's the one. Nope, that's not the one. I thought it was. Wait a second. We missed one
below.
No.
Is it this?
It doesn't have the like.
It's missing a part.
Where's the doohickey?
Well, there it goes, but that is not the way this is supposed to work. All right, make a note. Okay, now this is a light stand, right? It's just going to go up and down. It's not going to go out or swing or anything like that, and it's got this standard connection. We looked last time at the incandescent lights, right? The ones that generate a lot of light and a lot of heat and eat up a lot of electricity. We're going to play with those today. This is the last day we're going to have them in the lab. So I would like now, if you guys want to do it or somebody else wants to step in, the more you get your hands on stuff, the more you're going to learn. I want the 650 out of that light kit on this light stand. Oh, let me get the roll while they're doing that.
It's not going to turn on as soon as I plug it in.
Don't forget the barn doors.
It says strike and
Here's
disengage.
the roll passing around. Be sure you sign it.
It is not on.
Now,
It is not on.
what else do we need on this C-stand?
Barn doors.
Sandbag.
That would be on the light.
What do you
Sandbag.
sandbag?
Sorry, a sandbag on this C-stand. Also,
I'll
which
get
of-
one right now.
Chris is our talent. Which of these legs should be pointed at Chris?
Largest one.
The largest one.
Ciao. Crew is expendable.
And let's move it just a little bit closer.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Here's
All right, now let's see if we can get it some power.
I promise I'll bring it back.
We'll just, for the time being, we'll just do this just to be safe.
Yeah, this one.
All right, striking.
Maybe.
Maybe.
No, it's on.
No. Okay, good. Now,
Might be
we're going to put on barn doors.
This I do not know how to do.
Okay. So before you put it on,
Yeah.
let me kind of show to everybody. And yeah, all the barn doors are different. When we get the apertures out, those barn doors fit completely differently. You see there's an inner ring here, right? Inside here. That inner ring is going to fit into there and there and there. Then this is going to spin around and lock it in. So there you go.
Okay.
It may take looking at it from both sides. So
There you go. You have to come in from the top.
Yeah, coming from the top, slide it down. There you go.
How's it going on the
High five with your puppy.
Yeah, now you are.
Cool, great.
All right.
All right.
Yep, looking good.
So it's on a spring, you should be able to pull it straight up.
Okay.
It's tight. Okay. All right, what's the barn door for?
Directing light.
Okay, so it's a way of keeping light from going in places we don't want it to go. Let's just go ahead and open it up for now. We're not worried about that yet. Okay, our first thing we need to look at is intensity. Intensity, very simply, brightness. How bright is the light? How bright do we want the light to look? So,
Did you hear my name?
no, I'm just,
Oh, you're
I'm
gonna.
warning you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Let's,
Do you
yes.
want this recording?
I do, it's not?
It's on-
Oh, that's right, I had to reset it. I'll do that too. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna do this. I might have to think something about later. Let's point the light at Chris and let's turn it on.
Sorry, Chris.
It's okay.
All right.
Striking.
Striking!
Okay. Now, that's a bright light. We'll talk in a minute about how we control how bright the light is. Can we get the overhead lights off, somebody please? First thing we're going to do is measure the light. So this is a really, really cheap, not very good light meter. It's so cheap that I can't even set the camera to where I want to set it. I have to set it to match the light meter, which is not ideal. What I can do on this light meter, I've got to walk around a minute. Let's turn the overheads back on for a minute. I'm sorry. And in fact, why don't we save that for a minute so Chris can get a break. I'll let you know. So I can go in here. There's a button that says ISO, right where my finger is on right now. I can push that button and I can set the ISO. And right now our camera is at 800 because I can't set the light meter at 850. If I let that button go, I can then set the shutter speed, which is now at 160 because I don't have 140. I don't have 148 on here. That's not the imagination. Once I tell this device what ISO and what shutter speed I'm shooting at, it's going to tell me what aperture I need to get a proper exposure. The way it's going to measure it is there's a sensor right here. I can either have the sensor open or I can cover it with this white dome. Sensor, dome, sensor, dome, sensor, dome. Now, if the sensor is bare, then I should be reading the reflected light off the subject. If I cover it with the dome, I am then reading light directly from the light source itself, which is usually preferable. It's just a little more accurate. So let's kill the overheads. Let's turn that light on again.
Striking!
So if I take this and I put it up, point it at the light, push the button, it tells me that I should be at 6.3. Do you think you can get that on 6.3 for me?
Mm-hmm.
Now that's going to give me the proper exposure on the key side of Chris's face, the bright side, right? We don't have any kind of fill going on. We got a little bit of bounce coming off the wall, but that we're looking at getting this exposed correctly. We're not worried about any other part of the image. That looks pretty good. Now, let me do one thing.
Okay.
Let me give us something in the background so that we can get a sense. Now it's 6.3.
You wanna come sit over here?
Doesn't want to be in the light, does it?
At 6.3, the background is a little soft, right? And with a 50mm lens, but it's still pretty in focus. If I want the background to be, if I want the focus to be shallower, yeah, I can change the shutter speed or I can change the ISO, but remember we're always kind of locked into a best ISO and a best shutter speed. So I need to, I need to change the f-stop. That means I need to change the light. I need to make the light dimmer. So there's less light hitting Chris, and therefore I can open up the aperture and the background will become more out of focus. Now, here's the question. How do I make this light dimmer?
Scrim.
Okay, number one, we can try scrim. Somebody got the, what's back here? Somebody got the gloves? Okay. Now, we mentioned this before, I'll mention it again. Right now, if Jackson put his bare hand on this light, only part of his hand would come back, right? So whenever you check out these kinds of lights, you've got to get the gloves. You will burn yourself, okay? So what we have to do, Jackson, is take this, spin this out of the way, right? So the top that's holding in the, okay. Do we see the scrims in there? Mike told me we got all the scrims in there now. So a scrim is just a wire mesh. Swore to me we could have these.
You look very contemplative. You look like you're about to get like
Here we go again.
a testing on me.
Okay.
It's gonna change people's lives. I used to deal drugs.
Not anymore.
I still do it, but I'm a little bit sadder
It's
about
on the
it.
side,
Okay, kids,
Yep.
could you please run to check out and see if they can find for you in one of these kits? Mike told me he put them in all the kits and that's already messed up.
Yeah.
The scrim that will fit into here, so the one that's like this big, you know what they are, right? Yeah. And if they've got, however many they've got, bring them all, different colors, okay? All right. So, we're gonna put a wire mesh in here, and that's not gonna change anything about the light except dim it. While we're waiting for the scrims, what else can I do?
You move the light back.
I can. So let's try that. Let's go all the way back to the table. Now, we were at 6.3. Let's see what we get this time.
He looks even better.
So, we're now at 4.5. Kit's going on an error.
It's the black and white.
Oh, this is like a true crime documentary. That's like.
So,
You killed.
notice the background is now more out of focus. From a 6.3 to a 4.5 is about a stop and a half. Remember, every stop that we open up means, that we close down means half the light. Every stop that we open up means twice the light, right? So we've cut the amount of light going in there. We've cut this amount of light by half. I mean, half and a quarter. Just by moving it there. Okay, so that's one way. So we control the intensity. The first control of the intensity of this light was picking this light. Right? I could have picked the 150s. They're a lot dimmer. So let's move this back to where it was. Where were we, Jackson? About here?
Yes, sir. A little bit further.
All right.
Oh, now it's.
Let's see. Even a little more, okay.
Yeah, that feels about right.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's it, exactly. Okay, we've got scrim, which we haven't seen yet. We've got distance, that we can either dim it, we can make it brighter by moving it forward, make it dimmer by moving it back. What else can we do? Well, diffusing it's going to do something else.
If you use the dimmer
As well, we don't want to change the light, we just want to dim.
The dimmer.
The dimmer.
The
The dimmer. We can
The
control
The little pumpkin.
the amount of light that's going into, the amount of electricity, I mean, that's going in. So we're going to kill this for a minute.
Saving.
We're going to plug this in where that is, plug that
You
in.
can see the fennel.
I have a little red spot.
I see my third eye.
All right, striking. No, it's good. This is turning away. Oh, so we got a little slider here that basically changes the amount of electricity. That's full. So that's back to 6.3. I don't think I set the camera back to 6.3 though. Hold on. Yeah, I can't see anymore either. And now, hold on, just gotta make sure I'm going the right way. There we are. That's about 6.3. Okay. Do me a favor, take a look at Chris just for a minute.
In frame or?
Out of frame. So, I'm going to dim the light. See how? Okay. All right. Chris just came alive. So, looking at Chris, not at the monitor, the light just dimmed, right? What else did it do?
Got more orange.
It got more orange. When you change the amount of electricity going into these tungsten lights, you change the color. Now, right now, who cares? We're shooting black and white. But when you start shooting color, that's going to matter, right? So you can do this, but there are downsides to this, yeah.
Not specifically them becoming more orange, but like if you were to do LED lights or like fluorescent lights, if you were to lower the amount of electricity, would they become more blue?
Okay, you can't lower the amount of electricity going to an LED. It won't work. I don't think you can to fluorescents either.
Okay.
Lowering the amount of electricity should always make anything warmer, but you can't do it with those lights.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So it only works with these kind of incandescent tungsten lights. So turning the electricity down got us to 2.0, kid.
Okay.
Take it down just a little bit. It seems still a little hot. Is it in focus? My eyesight.
It's focused enough, I think.
Well, I like it to be in focus.
I know someone likes this.
That looks good. Okay. All right. Now look at the background. Right? So we've opened up the aperture more, the background's going even more out of focus, which is one of the key reasons you'd want to be able to control the intensity of the light, to then also be able to control the settings on the camera. Be that the aperture for depth of field, be that the shutter speed for motion blur, be that the ISO to eliminate noise or grain. Okay. Now, let's turn this back up to 100, if you will.
Watch out.
All we have
Thank
is
you.
200.
Okay. They're a little small, but I think we can get them in and out.
Yeah.
They might be the right size. I think the others. Okay. I cannot remember. So, yeah, I'll let you do this. So basically, let's put in one. Depending on the color, and I'll have to look up and remind myself what the colors are. Well, the color will tell you how many stops this is supposed to take off, either whether it's a full stop or a half a stop or 2 stops or whatever, right? Now we know we were at 6.3 without the scrim. All right, do me a favor, just hold it in front of it. Yeah, it's the wrong side. Mike swore to me, all the kids. Okay.
Ooh, man.
So that's a 2.8. Can we set that to just like another stop? Close.
God for heat resistant
Okay.
gloves.
Yeah, don't hold it there too long. Now take it out. Hold them both, one on top of the other, and put them in. So that cut us by, that cut us by from 6.3 to 2.8. That's like at least 2 stops, right? Why is it brighter now than it was? That doesn't make any sense.
Because the glove's away from it.
Yeah,
Also, it was more, I was centering it.
okay. Do you think we can just hold it and center it just for a second? So it won't take
Yes,
long.
sir.
I just want to make sure we're getting the right.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so that's like 2.5, so it's barely open again. But that's how we control the depth of field, by controlling the intensity of the light. Okay, you can take it out now. Okay. All right. Why don't we save that light? Why don't we get the overheads on just for a minute? Okay. So, how do you control intensity? You control intensity by the light that you select. You control intensity on LED lights are almost all going to have their own dimmer, and dimming them will not change the color, right? And we'll be using those extensively or exclusively, in fact, from now on. You can move the light farther away to make it dimmer, move it closer to make it brighter. You can control the amount of electricity going in, but that has implications on your color temperature. You can find something to put scrims in there. You can also, as I think Lily pointed out, take a piece of diffusion, which is what we're going to be looking at next anyway, and put it over the light. It should change a characteristic of the light, but we're going to see in a minute that it won't. Okay? So, let's get the dimmer out of the loop here. We're going to need that, but not quite yet. I need 2 new people who haven't done this yet set up a C-stand. Got to get your hands on a C-stand before you get out of this class, guys. Got to.
Do you want me to plug it back in after?
Yeah, just plug it straight into the power. We need 2 people, so come on up. Okay, all right.
Where was the dimmer at, sir?
It was just over here somewhere. It doesn't go in a kit.
Oh.
Okay, so now look what's happening right now. Look at this.
Somewhat impact.
If you loosen it, tighten it. Now this is not a big deal, but that's good. I've got scars on my shins that will never heal from this, right? So anytime you loosen something, tighten it back, all right? So it's already loose down there. This is another one of the Hollywoods. You're not looking at the turtles yet.
You're grabbing it wrong.
Yeah, that wasn't tight either, was it? Tighten everything. Every knob on there should be tight, except for the one you're getting ready to use. Doesn't have to be too tight, just tight enough. Okay. All right, now let's get the legs.
Do you think
Is that one stuck? Will it not tighten?
it'll tighten?
Or is it just
Just
stuck
did
and won't
click it.
move? There you go. Okay, good. All right. Now, do they all feel like they're locked in? Okay, tighten that bolt. We're going to leave the arm on it. We're just going to set it up over here for the time being.
No.
Nope.
Is that gumbo? Isn't that supposed to click?
Well, it kind of clicks. Sometimes you got to pound it a couple of times to get it to click.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not, no, this one's. Let's get the bottom one.
Oh, this, hold on. Somebody really hold on to this, Sam, okay?
Which part?
Just the whole stand. Okay. So, let's bring this around here. Come under. Okay. That's right level with it, so that doesn't work. Is there another? There's one over here, right? Will you look over there and tell me when this is level with the indentation? You see it? Can't be that far. Let me get to the side. Here? Yes, exactly there. So sometimes you just gotta pound it in a little bit. Now you want to find the same. Right there. Okay, it's on this side. Okay, so they're all in. Now we type it. Now it's good. Okay, let's just set this up over there beside the light for now. We'll get back to it in a minute. Let's take a sandbag over there in case we need it. All right, so that is intensity. Any questions on that? All right, then next we're going to quality. What do we mean when we talk about quality of light? Yes.
Is it hardness or softness of the light?
Yes, and specifically, hardness or softness means the hardness of the edge of a shadow. Now, before I turn this on to make this a little more evident, we also have to set up, I need 2 people to come set up another light. We need somebody to get a light stand out of there. We can, please? We need somebody to come over here and get one of these lights.
Somebody who hasn't already done it.
That'd be nice. Make sure we got the right one. Actually, it doesn't. Let's see if the batteries are working.
Gave it a nice pound.
Strike it. Yeah. Okay. So, let's take this.
Get rid of this guy.
Bring the light stand over here, please. We're going to have to kind of be right in here, guys. Just give us a little space here. We don't need a lot. Let's set the light stand up right here. That looks good. All right. Now, this piece is going to need to go on there. This is the most ridiculous rigmarole to put a light on the C-stand. I don't think they make them like this anymore, but make sure it goes, yeah, now tighten it well. Okay. Now, the pin of that light's going to go in here. And let's face it that way. That's exactly how, yeah.
So what's the point of having like 3 different connection points to get that light on?
I have no idea. I literally have no idea. It makes no sense to me whatsoever.
I think because otherwise you'll have to move the whole light.
Well, I mean, if it had a connection like that light has and just spit over the light stand, it would work fine. All right, now let's, I know you heightened it, but let's lower it down to about eye level.
Like,
Let's
I get
pop it
you
in right
agree with
here.
all that, but like, can we at least standardize something here?
Do we have the diffusion? Oh, I see it, wait a second, I see it.
They can't go any lower anyways.
Dude, how small are you?
It's going to be a little loose, unfortunately. Because all the proper pieces have been lost.
You know, we're like small cinnamon rolls. We're like small beans.
Did you wear these gloves last?
Yeah. You didn't need to point that out.
Okay.
That's fine, I guess.
That's just rude.
Yeah, that's a little rude, I guess. It's like whatever.
All right. You want to stand by this?
Okay. Striking.
Don't strike it yet.
Just kidding.
Okay. Let's strike this one and let's kill the overheads. Oh, we need to do one more thing. I need one more C-stand set up. Can somebody set up a C-stand real quick? 2 people, come set up a C-stand. If you haven't done it, do it now.
It is been done.
You want me to kill the overheads now or just the C-stand set up?
Sorry, what?
Wait till the season.
What was the question? No, leave the light on until we get the C-stand. I forgot to do it.
I haven't done on any of
You know what, Sawyer? Your mom.
What about his mom?
That's my response.
It took you a long time to come up with a rebuttal for that.
He made an incorrect statement about the gloves being
I
damp.
put the gloves on and I was like, why are they dancing here?
No, and your mom.
I put the gloves on, it was like a swimming pool in there. I was
That's
like,
the-
okay,
that's what I-
Now, is this one of the, yeah, it's the same kind, okay. So one of you hold it up off the ground, the other can spread the legs around. Let's see here.
Someone should do a mockumentary about the C-stand as an entity.
There we go. These, instead of having the wider bar, have a little pointed bar. You should look at those when you come out.
I should have done that.
Lighting.
There we go. Feels good, doesn't it? All right, so tighten that up. Now, we're going to extend this arm, which means we're going to loosen it here and bring that arm to where it's horizontal.
This way?
Yep. Tighten it down. Throw this over. Let's get just for giggles, let's get a stand bag on this. A stand bag.
Here's the ghost challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what we're going to try to do is position it behind Chris a little bit. Let's strike that light now, please.
Striking.
Let me position it because I know what I'm doing. I know what I want to do. So I think we should go back to 6.3.
Okay.
You want me to kill the overhead, Professor?
Yeah, I might as well do that now.
Oh, that's mine, sorry.
Don't say anything.
Do you see the switch next?
Great job, Tex.
You found it right as I said something.
All right. So, The quality of the light is based solely on the size of the light. Okay? This is a really small lamp in there. It's made a little bit larger by the lens that's on the front of the light. Okay? So we're looking at a light source that's about this big. That's still relatively small. That results in shadows with hard edges. Let's particularly pay attention to the shadow of the nose, the shadow of the chin, and to some lesser extent, the shadow in the background. Okay? Now, can we strike that, please?
Striking.
Hold on, that looks good.
Poor guy.
You're blocking the light from this side.
Oh, I am, you're right, sorry. There we go.
How much does a good light meter cost?
A good one?
Yeah.
Oh, like $500. These things are about 150, I think. Can you see what percentage we're on in the back there? So there's a reading. It says we're at 50.
Dude, I
Can
spent
you
like
spin
2
that
hours
to change
doing a
what's
drama
down?
on my iPhone.
I'm sorry, let's take it up to 75.
I did that one time.
All it took was my dad giving me $200,000.
Well, no,
Let me know when you're there.
I thought about shooting a film on an iPhone 4S.
You want 75?
Yeah.
75.
What's the 4S stand for? For sucks? Because it sucks?
What's our?
Okay, that's good. Now, this is going to deal with contrast. We're not talking about contrast now, but I just want to keep this consistent. You'll help me remember. It's 6.3 on one side, it's 2.5 on the other, so we're going to try to keep that consistent. Okay, so this is hard light, all right? Pretty distinct shadows. Keep in mind, this has nothing to do with how dark the shadows are or how light the shadows are or the contrast between the key side and the fill side. This is only about the edges of the shadow. Okay? And I want you to kind of look at Chris right now and look at what the lighting is doing to Chris's face, how this environment sort of feels. Okay? The first thing way too many people will decide to do is to get a piece of diffusion like this out of checkout. Now, the types of diffusion that you're going to get out of checkout are going to be safe to use on these kinds of lights. It won't catch on fire, it won't melt. If it's got any dust on it, it's going to smoke. And you may see a little smoke before this is all over, right? Now, what a lot of people will say to do to diffuse this light is to take this, clip it on the barn doors. Oh, it's relatively cool. Right? Now, the one thing we do say, I can say that does, is it's going to change, it's going to dim our light. We're now at a 4.5.
What'd you get from this one?
2.5. We're now at a 4.5. We set there?
Professor,
Yes.
when you had two different light meter readings, how do you approach that with one camera?
We're going to talk about that when we get to contrast. Hold on to that thought. Can you take that back down to 50, please?
You know, you kind of look like Tom Holland.
Okay.
You got told that yesterday too.
Look at the shadows.
That guy
Look at
in
the
my
edges.
eyes.
Now, one thing to keep in mind, right? Things that cast direct shadows, like Chris's nose, are going to be very sharp. When light hits a rounded surface, like it goes around this side of his face, it's going to do what's wrapping around. So a light hitting a rounder source, the edge of the shadow will naturally be softer. We want to get that nose softer. We want to get this under here softer. Is this appreciably different? No. We took a light that was this big and we made it that big. The only thing this does is dim your light. And yet this is the first step everyone will use to create a softer light. They'll put that on. Useless. Absolutely, totally useless. That piece of diffusion I put on that light, I put it on it to dim it. It's also useless. It's not making the light any bigger. All right? So, we got a C-stand here. Let's put it over on to that side, if we will. Who wants to do this C-stand? You guys have done a lot. Who set this C-stand up?
I did.
You did? I'm sorry, Sam. Who else was with you setting it up? You guys come around here. Let's take this C-stand over there.
You guys are doing
Who's got the gloves?
gloves are right there.
Can somebody take that diffusion off of the light for me real quick? Probably don't even need gloves to do it. Okay. Don't worry about exposure yet. We're going to get there in a minute. What I want to do is put this flag right here. It's got a pin right here. So I need to get this to there.
Are they still dead?
A little bit.
Man.
I didn't even say anything this time.
So you've got two different sizes of holes here. Since I'm standing here, I'm just going to go ahead and put it in. Right? Okay. Be sure everything's tightened down. Okay. So we want to position this so this area is completely filled with light, which means we need to go over here a little bit. There we go. Go a little closer.
Don't make me go back to 6-1.
Let's see what it is. So this is also going to dim the light.
It's like a yearbook picture.
3.6.
That?
Let's take that down to 25, please.
Give us your tell-all. on
Okay.
chemistry.
Look at the shadows. Look at the shadow on the unbleached muslin, one of the most useful pieces of material you can get. Look at the shadow of his nose. Look at the shadow on his neck. Now there is a difference, right? You seeing it? Or are we doing something else? Is something else going on? Did I do something? Okay. All right. Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
If you were to take the flag and move it closer to that light, would the same effect happen that
No.
you were kind of describing with the diffusion paper, whatever thing?
Yes, the closer it is, the smaller. This is now our light source. That's not our light source. This is our light source. The closer it is to the light, the smaller it will get, so the harder the light will get. So yeah, if it was right up against it, it'd have the same effect. But let's look at the effect we've got. Softer, right?
Just go ahead and knock it over.
Sorry, guys. All right.
You're saying because Sawyer is here.
Okay, can we focus just for a second? It's softer, right? Look at the shadow on the. Look at the shadow of his nose. The edges are softer, right? There's a question. Had a question mark on the end.
Oh!
Right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So you're seeing it now. We've taken that small light that's like 10 inches by 10 inches, and we've turned it into a light that is 24 inches by 36 inches. Now we're getting some softness. Maybe we want softer. Let's take the flag down, please.
Please, I like this one.
Where did those two clothespins go that were on the light? All right. Now we're doing just over there anyway. Now we are doing a couple things wrong here, but I'm not going to stress over it because there's not that much weight. Putting the weight out here means that as the weight hits it, it will loosen this. You want to put it on the other side so as the weight hits it, it will tighten it. But we're actually going to do this right now. Okay? So let's move that out to where that bar is right here. This is my favorite piece of lighting equipment. It is a shower curtain light. Clip it. Right here. There we go. See, it's loosening as I go this way. That's, yeah. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Thank you. No, it is tightening. Okay, good. All right. Look at that other clothespin. Or just put it right there. Okay. Now, I'm going to raise this up. Now, hold on, let's also unspot this. That's going to make a difference too. Yep, made it bigger. Now almost this whole thing is full. Right now we're looking at something that's like 5 feet by 4 feet. Right? Now again, it's dimming the light. So we're getting, that can't be right. We're back to a 6, no, hold on. 5.6.
Okay.
Actually, it was calling for a 6.3. Try the 6.3. Holy smoke. Okay, let's take that back up to 50. Let's open it up a little bit more. That's not the right reading. Yeah, let's leave it about there. Take it down to 25, actually, guys. Okay. Now look. Look at the nose, look at the neck. We can't even see the light, the shadow on the cloth here in the background. Right? Now, if you remember what Chris looked like under the hard light, well, we'll do it again in just a second. We'll do it again in just a second. Right? Look at the way he looks now, how soft the edges of everything is. The theory about soft light is that it's more flattering because it softens out all the edges of someone's face. Hard light will emphasize every little pore and every little imperfection. It's a little more romantic. You will often find, and I know it's hard to believe sexism still exists, but you will often find women in the same scene are lit completely differently than men. You'll watch a scene of two people sitting at a dinner table in a restaurant, and the man will be lit with hard light and the woman will be lit with soft light. Because we want the men to be tough and the women to be beautiful, right? Now, just so we know, we're going to have to adjust. Lock this in your head for a minute, okay? And compare it. Really didn't change the exposure much. And compare it to this. Contrast has remained the same, right? It's not the darkness of the shadows. It's just a little harsher, okay? So that's another decision you make. You make a decision about the quality, which is nothing more or less than how large your light source is. The larger you make it, the softer it will be. We had really great luck taking this out a few years back with one of the brighter, actually I think it was one of these, and using it to create moonlight across the front of a house. Just like really nice, soft, kind of directionless light, so it just kind of felt really well. And also, of course, you know, we're going to be casting all sorts of distinct shadows, like that shadow behind Chris as well. Questions? Make sense? Trying to put one. Why do I not keep the marker in my? You know what I need? I need something like this to hang the marker around my neck. That's quality. Okay, let's turn on the overheads for a minute. How are we doing on time? Doing great. Okay, we can save that and then shove it aside. It's going to have to take some time to cool off. Remember, we would never pack this light up while it was still hot because it will set the case on fire.
Can we try?
Yeah. It's hot. You probably feel the heat over here, right? Let's just slide it back to the table so it's out of our way for the time being. And let's get a couple of people to kind of just sweep this away. We can even collapse this down. We're not going to need it anymore. Same with the one behind Chris. We can get rid of all of these.
You want like the thing off of it?
Yeah.
Was it just a striking out?
Nope, we're going to, let's turn it off for a minute until we get everything swapped out. It's going to come back on in a second. What percentage are we on right now?
Is it 25?
Okay, all right.
And a half.
Yeah. What are they tax on me?
You know what I want to do?
Whenever you swap your phone, there's the little moments when you do it.
I know.
Striking.
I got it.
Okay.
What the heck, man?
Oh.
Hey, it's just visual. It doesn't say it.
Striking.
Living in your own place, getting your own shower curtain. Now, like, people that no one knows that have a leaking out shower curtain.
I just have a black.
Well, you want us to like take it all
Yeah,
that
it's like a
down?
normal.
You can.
I just say I'm probably nicer.
Yeah.
How do you think they made the $1 million?
I'm just gonna set this right here. Riley, I'll let you control that. What percentage is on
24.
that? Leave it. Take it.
Black and white really bothers you.
Think
I know. Okay. There are a series. The next thing is direction or angle. So talking about all the lights, but in particular the key light. I think everybody knows this, right? Key light, fill light, backlight. That's the 3-point lighting setup, right? The key light's going to be the main light on which you're going to base your exposure. The fill light's going to be the light that's going to brighten or darken the shadows to whatever extent you want to. The backlight's going to create kind of something that's going to cut your subject out and create a sense of depth to the background. Okay. Depending on where we put the key light, we move through a series of portrait settings, of portrait angles. Right? What we're going to do with this key light is we're going to start here and we're going to go in a big circle around Chris. In fact, I'm going to. Oh, again,
Oh, careful.
You can't hurt a C-stand. Okay.
Really can hurt you.
So, yes, let's, all right, so let me angle this a little bit because we're going to go pretty high up with this. God, I hate that. Hold on.
Just do it.
That'll help. Okay. I'm going to go up pretty high with this because almost all of these portrait settings depend on the light being above the subject. In fact, most lighting setups involve the light being above the subject. That's the most natural placement for a light, right? Lights are almost always above us. That light's above us, the sun's above us. We put a lamp on a table beside our chair, it's a little bit above us, right? Whenever we move the light below us, we're really making a statement, right? Because we end up with that. All right. Okay. Our first setup is going to be striking, is going to be directly, let me take this up a little bit. Directly, and let's kill the overheads now if we can, is going to be directly in front of Chris's face. So it's going to be between him and the monitor. All right. Chris, do me a favor, just tuck your chin down a little bit because I can't get this high enough to show what I'm trying to show. Okay, that's good right here. Okay. This is butterfly lighting, Paramount lighting, glamour lighting. It's named after Paramount Studios, where there was a guy who had an actress, and he always lit the actress this way, so it got that name. It's called butterfly because of the shadow of the nose, which takes the shape of, you know what I can do to make this stronger? What am I thinking about? Let's go closer. There we go. Jesus. That woke me up. How about you?
Yep.
These little plastic pieces of crap.
Seeing my financial well-being flash before my eyes.
I mean, it's just so, this thing is just so loose. It's just, this is the only one I got right now that'll work on the works on the battery, so. Okay. Keep an eye on it.
Did we sandbag it?
No, because I'm going to be moving it. But yeah, we can sandbag it. I'll move it with a sandbag. It wouldn't hurt. Wouldn't hurt. Okay. Chris, you can just look up normally now. So look at the shadow under Chris's nose. It's straight down. It's not off to either side. Right? The light falls off a bit. Thank you. The light falls off a bit going around the side of the face. But it is kind of a direct light. We would normally think of this as being kind of flat. You get flat light with a ring light, right? Yeah. Hey, John.
Use one of these editing booths?
Of course. Try not to use this one. That's the only one. I might be using that one. Okay. Let's see where we are. Let's make sure we got this right. .4. Get 4.0.
Okay.
What does it tell you if you do the sensor?
It's a good question. I'm going to show you guys this later. Let me pull that up real quick. Let's see. That is here, maybe? No, it's.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for putting the waveform monitor up. I think it's in here. I think. No, I had trouble finding this yesterday too. Oh, maybe it is.
Why does this look like
Not sound.
Sawyer? This looks like he threw a filter on it, black and white.
Yeah,
I know, but like it
black
looks.
and white filter on it.
Yeah, I know. It looks
Keep it the
different.
wrong button.
I look like I'm not sure.
Was that Tom Holland?
Oh, it's in the. I'm sorry, it's in the wrench.
You're funny.
Boom.
Your mom.
What?
Your mom.
It's a little on the dark side compared to the waveform monitor. I mean, I would not want to brighten this up, but it looks like it ought to be about there by the waveform monitor, which is obviously way too bright. So we're going to leave it where it was, about there, right? I'm going to have to check that waveform monitor to see if it's calibrated properly. Okay. So this is number one. Now, look, no, actually, can we brighten it up just a little bit? I'm sorry, kid. Okay, about that. A little less, split the difference. Okay. Now, you just noticed Chris looked off to his right. Chris, look at Sam. Right? Look at Adrian. So when he moves his head, we're no longer in that lighting setup, right? We no longer have that butterfly, right? Our subjects move. It may be all well and good to do a portrait that's perfectly paramount or perfectly glamour or perfectly butterfly. These are just kind of starting points for us, right? I think you will notice that depending on the angle of the light, we kind of have a different feeling about the way Chris looks. But mostly this is a shortcut. I can say to a director of photography, let's get him under Rembrandt lighting. And they know where to start. And then we might have to tweak from there. So we're going to go around in our circle. Now watch the shadow of his nose is moving, right? If we come to about here, we have something referred to as loop lighting. So we're off to the side a little bit. We've got more of an area of shadow over here, right? The shadow of the nose is off to the side a little bit. Shadows do mean depth, right? Focusing on the shadows will give us a little more depth. Now, one of the things you may or may not be noticing. Most of the time when we shoot human beings, they're looking off camera. In an interview, they're almost always looking off camera. In a conversation, they're almost always looking off camera. And we have a way of talking about that. So right now, this is the broad side of Chris's face. I see more of this side. I can see his ear, right? And this is the short side of Chris's face. I see less. You've noticed that I have placed, of course you've noticed, that I have placed this light on the short, so it's lighting the short side of Chris's face. I would say 80% of every lighting setup you will look at, and you'll start noticing this, I'm moving, is short-sighted lighting. The key is always on the shorter side of the face. Doesn't mean being on the broad side is wrong. We're going to look at it. We're going to look and see how different it looks when we do that. But this is kind of industry standard. We're going to emphasize the shadow side of the face because the shadow is the thing that's giving us something. It's the thing that's giving us a sense of depth. This thing is allowing us to control contrast. All right, so that's paramount and loop. If we keep coming around, we're going to watch that shadow from Chris's nose, and it's going to close and create a triangle under the eye that's on the fill side of Chris's face. What do we call this?
Rembrandt.
Rembrandt lighting. It is defined by that triangle and by nothing else. Now, this is going to be a little different depending on who we put up here. If I put somebody with a smaller nose, it's going to look different. If I put somebody with a larger nose, it's going to look different. Right? So again, this is just a ballpark thing we can talk about. This is probably, however, the most ubiquitous lighting setup you will ever see. If you start looking for that triangle, if you decide, I'm not going to watch anything anymore unless I look for that triangle, you will go stark raving insane. It's like the number 29 or whatever it is. It's going to pop up everywhere because this is very, very common. Okay, we keep moving around until we get half of Chris's face lit and the other half in shadow. We now have what's referred to as split. This is interesting here. That's a joke. I don't have it. Couple more years, hopefully at least. This is called split lighting. We've split the face down the middle with a light. Okay? We keep going until we've just got an edge of his face lit. This is referred to as rim lighting. We're lighting just a rim. Right, and we can futz around with this. We can make the rim lesser or more, right? But this is the idea of rim lighting. Paramount was kind of neutral in terms of broad side or short side. The next light is also neutral in terms of broad side or short side. You worried about it?
Yeah, well, it's just wiggling, so.
Yeah. I've done this for 15 years. I haven't had an accident with it yet. I've had some close calls. I had a close call today. All right. If we have the light on the opposite side of the subject exactly at their back, it's called, not surprisingly, backlighting. Now, one of the advantages of backlighting, and sometimes you're going to combine backlighting with Rembrandt lighting or backlighting, right? One of the advantages is it creates this, it's almost like drawing a line around your subject. It creates this sort of halo around the subject that separates them from the background. It did, however, just cause a problem. Did you notice anything else that happened when I put the light there?
Light stand is in view.
Okay, so that's number one. The light stand is in view. That's the advantage of having a boom arm or even a C-stand that will allow you to put the light out away from the stand. Right, so it'd be very useful for me to put the light there but have the stand over here, and you can do that with a boom arm or with a C-stand for that matter. Right? Something else happened. Nobody noticed it? Kit, did you notice where the smallest of the flags might be? Oh, probably under here.
Yes.
Okay. I'll show you what happened. Watch the monitor. Let me get out from. Let me go over on this side so I'm not in. Okay, right there. Notice the difference between that and that? It's not as strong. I can make it. Let me make it stronger so I'm going to go. All right. So this is a little more of an extreme example of this. It's really nice. Golly, it won't even tighten down anymore. Some of these are metal. I should have found a metal one. Okay, all right. What's happening here is the light is going down the barrel of the lens. and it's washing everything out. So sometimes you have to set a flag to block the light from hitting the lens. And now we've got our backlighting. Right? Big difference. Okay. Oh my God, I'm playing golf? What's going on? Hang there. Oh, I hate these things. Okay. I want this to match what we did on the other side, though. So, okay. So we're going to go back around again. And we're going to hit the same positions, but now we're going to be doing the broad side of the face instead of the short side of the face. So the first thing we're going to do is come around here. I might have to come over here just a little bit. But you're fine. I just need to go. I need to go to there. Hold on, right to there. Okay? We've got rim lighting. So we're just lighting that one edge, right? It's not quite as strong to me as the other side because I'm also getting light on his nose. I can probably tweak this a little bit to get that. Let's just for, oh, we got to move this. The fill side of the face is now over here. Right? So that's rim light on this side of the face. We'll come around and go into split lighting. Okay? Right? I will give you screen captures of this too in one of the digests coming up probably, so that you can really compare the short side to the broad side. Okay, but I think you may be seeing it already, right? If we come up here to try to get Rembrandt lighting, we're going to be about there. Chris, you got a great shape for face. Everything's working out perfectly. I'm going to have you come back to the other classes. Yeah. If we come up here, we're going to get back into loop lighting. And then if we come back to 1, we're back into paramount lighting. Right? So that's our shorthand, right? Paramount, loop, Rembrandt, split. I think I misspelled Rembrandt. Split, rim, back. And then again, split, Rembrandt, loop, paramount. Questions? Now again, every time Chris moves, he goes from one setup to another. If he leaned forward, it would look different. Lean forward. See, it starts to look different. Lean back again. All right? Our subjects move, so it's not necessarily ever going to be exactly Rembrandt lighting and remain exactly Rembrandt lighting, right? It's a way to start. No questions? All right, that gets us through our first 3. We're going to do our next 3 next week, and then after that, we're going to start actually setting up some situations. We'll be doing contrast shape, and then we'll turn on the color. Now, one of the things that's going to happen downstream here, we're going to have maybe 3 more labs in which I'm demonstrating. And after that, you guys will probably have at least 1, if not 2 labs, kind of where you can play. What I always recommend is I'm going to share some images, maybe even some little video clips of things I think are kind of interesting lighting. You can come up with your own if you want to as a group. And we can do 1 or 2 lighting setups in a lab where you pick a shot from I Saw the TV Glove, which I think we should be picking shots from because that movie's amazing looking. Picking shots from Euphoria, right? Picking shots from Apocalypse Now. I'm thinking of things we've done in the lab before. And one of you will kind of end up being the director. One of you will be the driving force on Tuesday or Thursday, or one of the 2 driving forces. And everybody will just decide, I don't want to deal with this, I'll let you decide. And you'll come in here and you'll play. Right? See if you can replicate some of these lighting setups. I'll share a bunch with you. You can come up with your own. This is going to work in Discord. you're going to have to go into Discord and kind of discuss this stuff and figure out what you want to do, because by the time we get to Thursday for 3 weeks from now, you're going to have to kind of know what it is you want to do and have talked about it. Does that make sense? But we got at least 2 or 3 weeks before we get to that. Okay, let's turn on the overheads. We got to pack up all the equipment and get the tables back in place.
We'll see.
This is going to be one of the best. I think this is going to be one of the best demonstrations on film.